Okay, we are back. Let's meet up with Muklamant. I think we're meeting up with Muklamant in the... Yeah. Alright, let's work with the Pelu Pelu. And just like that, we found an Elector and won our first keystone. I knew I was right to trust your instincts. Come on, let's keep things moving and march onwards to our Urgopacha. Chances are we'll find the Elector there as well. Before we do anything, however, we should see how your opportunistic Pelu friend has to say. I've been waiting for what feels like days and eaten enough Brock Evu's tacos to feed an army. What is it you'd like to know? Our main concern is confirming the state of the road ahead. As I recall, to reach Arkapachi, we depart from the Arch of Dawn, then take the road west at the first fork. We should be wary of anything along the way. This is indeed the way to Arkapachi. After the damage wrought by the recent downpour, however, you'll be doing more stumbling than walking. But do take heart when it comes to rugged terrain. We have the most dependable solution available. Come with me. Oh, we're gonna take the balloons. Yeah, we're definitely taking the balloons. Oh, we're riding the alpacas. Okay, cool. May I introduce to you our most dependable companion, the alpaca. And it actually looks like an alpaca. These animals can traverse Rikupachi's steep mountain trails as if they were gentle fields, and all the while carrying heavy loads. Our merchants would be lost without them. So they fill much the same niche as our chocobos back home. You don't have alpacas in Eorzea? Alpacas are native to Dawntrail. Eorzea has chocobos, and the Eastern lands have their horses. Why go to the trouble of breeding another pack beast in a place which ill suits its qualities and where it is not needed anyway? But must we ride these little monsters? I get the impression you weren't fond of alpacas. When I was small and being a bit naughty, I went around pulling on their wool. One of them spat on me, and it was the foulest stench you can imagine. Haha, I see. What are they like to ride? Alpacas bred as mounts are inquisitive and docile. Even those without experience find them easy to handle. We're really doing this then. So, was my information useful to you? Yes, very helpful, even if it wasn't what I wanted to hear. Good. I'll take my payment now. You want me to pay you? I guess I should have expected as much from a Pelu merchant. Let me see what I have on me. The Pelu value the act of spreading joy through trade, as you should know. They take pride in making deals that benefit both parties. Here you go, a fair price for your advice. Yes, I made a trade with a third promise herself. My friends would never believe this. I should be on my way. I wish you safe travels. Off you go then, and thank you. I better not get spit on again. You brought that on yourself. Remain calm and gentle, and so will they. I'm still not happy about this, but if we need to ride in alpacas to reach Urkupacha, then that's what we'll do.
Turali poets of yore sang of a mountain that would stand tall, even should all other lands sink beneath the sea. Indomitable and eternal, it arises from Urkopacha, the 100 peaks of time.
So essentially this is
All
Chile
the
and
beasts
Argentina.
which crawl and fly, only the legendary Valigarmanda could hope to disturb the summit's serene majesty. Yet, with that flying calamity imprisoned by the Dawn Serpent, what great feat remains for those who would claim the throne?
This is very much South America influenced.
So this is Urkopacha. I've never actually been here before.
The air is so crisp and clear. Mountains everywhere you look.
That one massive peak in particular has quite the presence. It puts me in mind of Som Al.
That is Workor Sormor, the tallest mountain in Yogg-Tural. Its sheer height makes it an imposing climb. But there are other reasons the ambitious keep their distance.
Oh? Do tell.
Where to begin?
Excuse me, but you're Wook Lamat, are you not? I hadn't thought to encounter one of the Dawn's promise here of all places. But I should introduce myself. I am Bol Nok, a weaver by trade.
Well met, Bolnok. We're on our way to Huachunpelo.
Oh, truly, I've just come from there, as it happens. I'd asked the Pelu who sell me their wool to give me a tour of their alpaca ranch. The head rancher and I shared a bottle of mezcal while he explained the finer points of wool production.
Mezcal, is that a local beverage?
It's an Urkopacha specialty. A spirit made from distilled agave heart juice.
Yes, and it must have done wonders for my mood, for I tripled my usual order of alpaca wool. They did offer me a discount, though, so it wasn't a bad deal in the end. But listen to me, boring you with my tedious stories. I will leave you before you are lulled to sleep. Goodbye, and safe travels. Oh, silly me. I almost forgot to say the thing I actually wanted to say. Peace for Dural. I agree with your vision, Third Promise. You have my support in your bid for the throne.
I gather from his tale we would be foolish to underestimate Pelu Pelu merchants.
Yes, they do more than run the markets in Tuliyollal. Pelu Pelu peddlers can be found everywhere in Tural, traveling from place to place on their sturdy alpacas. They are effusive and engaging speakers, and many's the customer who's been talked into spending more than they bargained for.
Good thing Estinian's not here.
They won't find this customer so easily charmed.
Watchun Pelo's down the path! Off the main road! Don't get lost!
It's right there.
This is it. Watchun Pelo, home of the Pelo Pelo. Uklamat should have arrived before us. That's not good. You've come all this way for the right of succession? Oh, so this means I'm exchanging words with a future Dawn servant. Please, the outcome is far from decided, but it is a possibility. How fortunate then, that ideal cloaks woven from especially luxurious alpaca wool. Such a garment will look magnificent when draped over the shoulders of our budding ruler. Oh God. And our nation's ruler should dress her best for her adoring people, yes? Finery for our finest lady, that's right. Come, Third Promise. My well-stocked shelves are but a few steps away. Finest lady. I like the sound of that. Alright, I suppose a quick look wouldn't hurt. What did we just talk about? Ernville, when did you... a Shintona from far off Yaktoral. Zaktoral. Northern winters are bitterly cold affairs, I'm told. I cannot imagine how you survive them without a lovely warm cloak of quality alpaca wool. Oh my god, they are hardcore merchants, it's nuts. No thank you. I'm not in need of new clothes at the moment, and neither is the Third Promise. Perhaps another time. Of course, of course. My shop door is always open. You were saying something about not being easily charmed? I just... As As I mentioned previously, the Pelu people live for bringing happiness through trade. They won't cheat you or sell you defective goods. They will, however, disarm you with their deft turns of phrase, and unwitting customers like Wuklamont fall prey to this affable approach time and time again. Your only recourse is a clear, firm refusal. They won't pursue the matter should you make your disinterest plain. A valuable insight into the minds of the Pelu Pelu. Let us all take Aaronville's words of caution to heart. Oh, Alphino, why do I feel like... I love how everyone looks directly at Alphino because of that. It's like, oh, my bought this. Him and Astini are just bad with money. Not my finest moment, I'll admit, but now that we're here, let's do what we can. Well, let's do what we came to do, find the Elector. Allow me to propose a strategy then. Crow, Alice, and I will speak with the merchants, Wuklamont, Aaronville, and you might try approaching travelers and passerbyers. Sapphire, pray investigate any of the other establishments which catch your eye. Should we learn aught to use, let us relay it to the third promise. The Dawn Servant's Elector? Ah, I thought you were a nice new face in town, here for the right of succession. I take it. Me, I don't much care for who sits on the throne so long as they keep Tural peaceful. People tend not to be in the mood to relax and sip our excellent mezcal once arrows and spears start flying, if you know what I mean. Mezcal. It's a play on a drink that I know really exists. Speaking of which, would you like a cup? A joy shared is a joy doubled, I say. No thanks. Oh, right, yes, you were asking about that elector business. Being but freshly returned from my trading route, I've heard that there's a contest afoot, but not much else. Our head ledger, Tobley, could probably tell you more about it. Elector? Oh yes, I've heard all about the right of succession. They're looking to put the new ruler on the throne. Personally, I'm rooting for Zoralja. If the first promise wins, he'll look to expanding our sphere of influence. That means access to more resources and more customers in the thousands column, potentially. So many new trading opportunities to spread happiness far and wide. Others have been coming around to my way of thinking, so I've begun crafting goods inspired by the resilient sun. Would you care to purchase something? Very well, you said you wanted to know about the Elector. I could help you, but I won't. I can tell you you're not a supporter of Dawntrail or his policies. sure to admire them from a respectable distance. Get too close, and our nervous darlings may be tempted to spit on you, and that stuff stinks. It happened to a visiting buyer not too long ago. Tobley, that's the head rancher, was so mad at me for not giving proper warning. No one makes a mistake without Tobley noticing. He knows everything that happens on this range. You really have to watch yourself around these silver-tongued peddlers. I almost bought a bottle of mezcal and a stack of blankets, and then there was this enchanting ornament. Anyway, I did manage to learn that Tobley is the man to speak to about the contest. Now, if only they'd share where this head ledger of theirs is to be found. Really? He's also the head rancher? Well, the alpaca ranch is not far from here. I say we pay a visit before the others return. That's a lot of alpacas. Still, we know the head ledger could be here somewhere. I can't let fear deter me. Not to say that I'm scared, of course. Excuse me. Is one of these workers Tobley? Tobley, oh yes, he likes to mingle with the ranch hands and keep an eye on things. I can't tell you which one he is, though. You can't? Is this part of the contest? All I can say is that Tobley often mentions his favorite pungent subjects. He also can't resist a profitable trade, though who among us can? Am I right? Still, if you bring him a very, very good deal, he might let his identity slip. Huh, so it's like a game. Easy enough, all I have to do is offer Tobley a deal he can't ignore. No problem at all. Well, maybe one problem. I don't think my purse is deep enough to pay everyone we think might be Tobley. Let's ask some questions first to narrow down the field. Great. We can meet back here to share our impressions. Oh, this is gonna be interesting. see we're both done with our interrogations. So, who do you think it is? I have my suspicions, but let's hear your pick. Ah, the worker. So intent on stable chores. I had my eye on that one too. Time to rip off the mask of our mystery ranch hands, so to speak. We know it's you, Tobley, and to prove it, I propose a deal, a generous sum of coin for confirmation of your true identity. Watch, it's not him. An offer I gladly accept. As you have guessed correctly, I am indeed Tobley, head ledger of Wachipelu, and head rancher of the family ranch. Okay, it is. I am also one of Gulu Jaja's chosen electors. Aha, in a place featured in the Tuliolal saga as we thought. I was right to trust your instincts, and I wager this won't be the last time. She found you out fair and square, Tobley. And I'm glad she did. Would have been a pity had her bid ended here.
Deducing the Dawnservant's elector was the first step of the feat. Too simple a task for this aspiring ruler, eh?
Right. Not hard at all. Zorolja.
I am told the head ledger, Tobley, is to be found here.
You have to guess which one of us is Tobley. That's part of the test.
You're Tobley.
Without even asking a single question. Very impressive indeed. With that amusing prologue out of the way, we can proceed to the actual challenge.
I think he was actually paid off.
Per the Dawnservant's instructions, I was free to devise any manner of feat. I considered a number of possibilities in the 10th column. But I think I have a good one. You must go forth and capture for me an alpaca.
I love how he makes it sound so simple. I know it's not.
While I've not had the best experiences with alpacas, aren't they generally docile creatures? That doesn't sound like much of a challenge.
They're also very stubborn.
Bring out the example! This is a special kind of alpaca. Would you please approach the animal, Third Promise?
Who? Me? Well, it should stay calm if I stay calm, right? That's what Erinville said. monster spat on me! Oh, that stinks! I can't.
Alpacas are paradoxical creatures, being both extremely curious and extremely cowardly. Press your luck when they're frightened, and you'll get a face full of spit, as you've all just witnessed. Has an awful stench, their expectoration. The globs contain half-digested food, you see, making it an effective deterrent against perceived threats.
Wild valley breed like this one are especially timid and can therefore be quick to lash out. They're also especially hardy.
Indeed. We take the rugged wild alpacas and breed them with our gentle domesticated stock. This produces the strong but biddable pack animals prized by our traveling merchants.
That's all well and good, but did I need to bathe an alpaca spit for you to make your point?
So, the task is to catch a wild alpaca.
That is correct. But be warned that it is a feat easier said than done. I suggest you prepare well before you enter the valley where the creatures dwell. And by you, I mean the claimants only. Allies are not permitted to assist with the catching. The alpacas will help me judge which of you is worthy of receiving a keystone.
So I'm to chase down a fluffy, spitting demon, and that somehow proves I'm fit to rule?
As I said, the Dawn Servant granted me the freedom to decide my challenge. And when you reach the end of the ride, I dare say you will understand why I chose what I chose.
Very well. This won't take long.
Wait! Didn't I warn you this was easier said than done? There are preparations to be made, factors to consider.
A beast is a beast. All yield to strength.
So far, this experience has done absolutely nothing to improve my opinion of alpacas. But that doesn't mean I can't do this. Revolting spit aside, they're just another animal.
Are you all right, Orclamat? We thought we heard you scream.
The third promise does not scream. It was more of a startled yelp.
Scream, in other words.
Did you find the Elector?
Oh, we certainly did.
I had to go and wash that nasty stuff off my face. I think I got it all off. But would you mind taking a sniff for me just to make sure the stenches ruin my sense of smell? Hey, I saw that look. Wuklamat helped demonstrate, the valley alpacas are wary people. Are wary of people. Getting close enough to catch one will not be an easy task. You might have warned me about that earlier. I have enough trouble with tame alpacas. How do you expect me to wrangle a wild one? With the proper saddle, we infused the leather with a relaxing scent that soothes the spinning beast. Oh god, what is happening? Wonderful, give me one of those then. Why are we so choppy right now? I don't like that. Have you perhaps forgotten we are a clan of merchants? If you want a taming saddle, you'll need to find a saddler and make them an offer. They don't come cheap, of course. Crafting a saddle will cost you the equivalent of 10 pel in the 1,000 column. You mean 10,000 pel? I don't have that kind of coin. Converting to gil, that comes around 1,000,000 or so. Perhaps, mayhap, if we all pitch in. No, this is my feat to accomplish. I wouldn't feel right about having others pay the cost. I'll find the money somehow. Yeah, I don't know what's up with this, but it's rough. In that case, that basket of wool is worth the sum you paid me earlier. 1 pel in the hundreds column. Beginning with the wool, you can trade for even more valuable goods until you have something suitable to bargain with for the saddle. Oh, I think my game's gonna crash. That's a nice gesture, but you think I can turn 100 pel into 1,000,000? That's 10,000 times more. We need 10,000 pel, not 1,000,000, so we're looking at 100 times more. Oh, right, I panicked and got confused with Alphanil's 1,000,000 gil. There we go, that's better. I'm not sure about this trading idea. You were almost talked into buying a cloak you didn't need mere moments after you arrived. But I hate when you're right. Then let me help you with your deal making. Hello again. Mablu, I work here as a ranch hand, but I've also learned a lot about the peddler profession. It's alright if I ate them now, yes? I guided the claimants toward the first step of the feat like you asked. As long as Wuklamat goes alone to capture her alpaca, she is free to accept assistance from whoever she likes. Alright, let's see about getting you that saddle then, third promise. I don't know why you made your offer, but I could use an ally with a beak for bargains. Welcome aboard, Mablu. Should the rest of us stay behind, perhaps? without many voices chiming in. Yeah, stay here and pitch in with the ranch work. With Mabugan, I'll need extra hands to tend to the alpacas. Gladly, although Sapphire, I think you should go with Muklamad. You've seen markets and bazaars the world over, and I'm sure you have sage advice to share. In that case, you should also hold on to the alpaca wool. If it's misplaced or soiled in some way, you'll have nothing to bargain with. As if I do such a thing, but I'll leave the wool with Sapphire anyway. The best way to keep my hands free. To begin, I suggest we try trading the wool to Hoffley, the saddler. He won't agree to the deal, of course, but it gives us an idea of how much he'll accept for his wares. Yeah, this will probably have to be spliced together because I'm not going to be able to finish this in one go. Where are we going? Ah, there they are. Something I can do for you? You've come to bargain. I need one of your special taming saddles to catch a wild alpaca. A saddle, is it? How will you be paying for it? With this basket of fine alpaca wool. What use does a saddle maker have for wool? Besides, this would barely cover a single cost a single strap buckle. Offer me something I actually want. And what might that be? Mezcal. I like to nurse a cup at day's end while I inspect my finished work. Bring me a jug of quality stuff and you got yourself a deal. This bodes well for us, I promise. Such mezcal can be had for only 5 pel in the thousands column. Hold on. Did you say third promise? Then my offer has changed. The saddle's going to cost you a jug of premium mezcal, aged 3 years at least. 3 years? That stuff is valued at 10,000 pel or more. Why have you doubled the price? Because I must support the man of ambition who will see my business prosper. Zoraja will go to war, and his cavalry will need saddles. Lots of saddles. It's nothing personal, I promise, but I won't sell you my crap for anything less than my asking price. Can't say I blame him. I'm known for championing peace, and peace is unlikely to bring him more customers. Those of our grandparents' generation remember the dark days when the clans were at war. Many of these Pelu pray for your victory, Woklamont. The younger ones, though, to them, strife and bloodshed are as children's stories. They think themselves safe from these horrors and take the peace we now enjoy for granted. Still, others are unsatisfied with this quiet prosperity and crave the future the second promise visions. They've become obsessed with innovations like the dirigibles and that have made swift and easy. Then you have those like Havli, convinced that the First Promise's plans for conquest will afford them opportunities for great profit. But what about you, Mablu? Aren't you of the younger generation, at least a year or two younger than me, I'd say? I was raised on the old tales. I've memorized the accounts of what it was when the Yakur ruled our village. Yakui. That's why I offer to help. I want you to become a Dawn Servant to keep our nation from going back to the way it was. Well, then I guess I better make sure I win the contest. But the type of mezcal the saddle maker wants is so very expensive. Weren't we expecting to need 10,000 pel from the onset? Nothing's changed. We just need to get on with it. I may not have a head for trade or the stomach for alpacas, but I won't give up. I won't give up with the piece of Tulia Law on the line. Then neither will I. We will make you Dawn Servant. Aiming for 10,000 pel jug right away will only bring us failure and frustration, so let us try exchanging the wool for anything even a touch more valuable. The trick is to find someone who needs alpaca wool and is willing to trade at a loss to acquire it. Someone who supports your bid for the throne, for instance. Yeah, I just got thinking of him too. I was like, oh, what about Homeboy? Of course, the Weaver. Balnock was his name, I believe. He went out of his way to say he'd agree with my vision, and he was here to buy wool. I think I remember the direction he was going, but for now, let's head back to the road where we first met him. Alright, once I get to the road, I'll probably have to splice and do time lapse, just cause I have things I gotta do today. Okay. There we go. This is the spot. After Balnock talked to us, he walked to the south. Then he was probably going to Ik Uvlozin. Most visitors to Wachunpelo end up staying there. Let's go and check, shall we? Oh yeah, we're on a mission to do the thing. Yeah, it's been a few hours. I had to come back. Oh. Must fight it. Down it goes. I almost want to jump into Ninja. Wrong character, never mind. I'm like, I'm gonna jump into Ninja. I'm thinking of my other character that I'm playing off stream. This is the only one that's Viper. Can I have the basket, Sapphire? There you go. Thanks. Now let's see if we can turn a profit. Balnock, I'm glad we found you. Are you interested in making a trade? That promise, you wish to do business with me. Might I ask what this is all about? You have to sell it like you had a hand in me becoming the new Dawn Servant. I see. So the goal is to turn a basket of wool into a jug of 3-year-old premium mezcal. Then allow me to invest in your efforts. Peace and Terrell is what allows me to cross freely into lands of my suppliers. Naturally, I prefer that one pledged to preserve the peace when the throne. Thus, I do humbly offer you this wool poncho. It was like a pacho. I'm like, wait, that's not, my eyes aren't doing right. A small token that I pray contributes to your victory. Oh, that's fine craftsmanship. A garment like that would easily fetch 5 pel in the hundreds column. That's very generous, Volnog. Thank you. I promise I won't let you down. Every faith in you, I promise. May fortune bless your future dealings. I can't believe you quintupled your investment with your first deal. We're off to a spectacular start. For now. Only because Sapphire remembered our Weaver friend. And all I did was hand over the wool. That's not true. The connections you build with people are vital. This is one of the most fundamental precepts of trading, one of which you are instinctively mastered. You think so? I know so. Now let's make 500 pel poncho. Let's take our 500 pel poncho and trade it for something even more valuable. Here, Sapphire, you take the poncho. If I had lost it somehow, Aaronville would never let me hear the end of it. All set. Our next deal is waiting to be found. This is weird, okay? Leveraging connections is a sound strategy, but we must also consider supply and demand. An individual in urgent need of a good poncho will offer more than a merchant simply looking to stock his shelves. That makes sense, but how do we know if someone needs a poncho? I mean, you can butter them up. It's nice, it's a nice sturdy poncho, but the design's traditional. I don't think fashion is part of its appeal. So only those people with practical need would be interested. Wait, that's the obvious answer, isn't it? We look for a person without a poncho and hope they're eager to buy ours. Yes, there you go. We find the demand for our supply. So, where should we begin our search for prospective buyers? There are any number of places, but we could do worse than starting right here at the end. Might be interested travelers. Who here needs to buy? Who here needs a poncho? A lot of Momuja hardly wear anything to begin with. Those are probably land guards and lands guard and sell swords. Mamuja who soldier for a living prefer not to wear much above the waist. It hampers their movement. So even if they have bared shoulders, Mamuja carrying arms can be struck off the list. This one's already fully dressed, an artisan, a peddler. Perhaps come to rest after visiting Wachimpella, like Balnak, would be my guess. I can't tell who has arms. They're sweating. He has arms. We'll go with this one because he's not carrying anything. Let's see. No coat or cloak, but also no weapon. We might have a winner. Hello there, friend. You're not a mercenary by trade, right? I was curious about your bold choice of dress, or lack thereof. Oh, it was no choice of mine, believe me. I was attacked by beasts on the way here, and I barely escaped with my skills intact. My coat was not so lucky. I'm actually a toolmaker from Tuliolol, and was dressed quite smartly, all the better to show the Pello I am a man who takes pride in his appearance and therefore his work as well. But look at me now. Well, sir, this is your lucky day. What a splendid poncho. This would be perfect replacement for the coat I lost. We'd be willing to part with it if you'd like to make a trade for one of your fine tools, perhaps. What about this hatchet? I crafted it myself and will vouch for its quality. The blade looks sharp and heft made well. I'd value its 1 Pelu in the thousandth column. From 500 to 1,000, we have a deal. Wonderful. A fine garment such as this should put me on an even footing with any pillow merchant. Like the eponymous, I know the word, I just can't say it right now. Like the eponymous owner of Niplu's mate garden for one, her field hands use hatchets to harvest the mate, and I thought I'd impress her with the tool I sold you. No matter, I have other wares to sell. Glad to have met you. Did you hear that? We've already found our next buyer. To Miplu's mate garden we go. Yes, but it's a fair distance on foot. We should take an alpaca. These ones will become, right? Oh well. How much do we need again? Oh, they're outside the gate. I'm like, they're right here. No, they're not. Alright, away we go. Before we get moving, you should be the one to hold on to this. With that, I suppose we should hop on the alpacas Mablu has so kindly provided. Alright, let's mount Hands up. I found my Aether Current. We made it, and without a single smelly incident. I sent the alpacas back to Ikuvlo's Inn so we'll walk along the main road when we return to the village. Speaking of roads to travel, you were adopted by the Dawn Servant, weren't you, Third Promise? That I was. Then perhaps you understand. I was an orphan too, you see. Tobley took me in. He took in all the ranchers, actually. All of them? Yeah, and everyone works hard for at their chores, grateful for the opportunity to repay the head ledgers with generosity. Yet here I am, the only one wanting to go off and be a merchant. Okay, that shouldn't be a problem. I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm telling you this. We need to be trading things for your saddle if you're to prepare for the golden feet, for the feet of gold. As it's harvesting season, they can't have too many quality hatchets. Add to that Wuklamot's way with people, we should have no trouble making a favorable deal. That's Meat Blue herself over there. Pass the hatchet to the Third Promise and let's get to bargaining. You have that little axe for me? There you go. Thanks. Now let's see what we can get for it. You're Meat Blue, the owner of the fields. I have a mind to trade if you're interested. Well, the Third Promise. I might be convinced to entertain the proposal. What do you have on offer? This hatchet, forged by a seasoned artisan, the razor edge of this exceptional tool will make light work of your crops. The quality is acceptable, I suppose. I offer you a large sack of mate leaves in exchange. sack of mate leaves is valued at 1 pel in the thousands column, the same price as the hatchet. This still would bring us no closer to the mezcal. If I may, Mistress Midblue, it's harvesting season, is it not? Does not the demand for hatchets afford them a higher value? It is indeed the season, which is why I procured an ample batch of tools well in advance. We've missed the window for demand in that case. We'll have to fall back on connections. Think of it this way, a generous deal here will put you in the third promise's good graces. Surely that's worthy of consideration. I do not wish to give offense, but I must tell you that I stand with the second promise. His innovations will improve every aspect of our lives, I believe, including farming, and I will no longer have need of hatchets. I assure you that I have nothing but respect for Wu Clement. That is why I'm prepared to purchase a spare hatchet at a fair price. I suppose it is fair given your reasons, but we ourselves would be no better off for the transaction. How about this then? If we are able to bring in your harvest, would you give us a better deal? As a matter of fact, I would. Until Kona's reforms come about, I can always use more hands in the field. Then you can go ahead and add our labor to the bargain. Added value to tip the scales. How could I have forgotten one of the most basic rules of trading? You can rest here if you like, Mablu. Sapphire and I will have mate to gather. Oh no, I'm helping too. Off to the fields then, and mind you pick the healthy leaves. It'll take a good 5 bundles. I'll take a good 5 bundles from each of you. Alright, let's go. Brought me some leaves then. An acceptable harvest? We'll see how your companions fare before I make any decision there. Here, we've brought our share as well. Thank you, Third Promise. This is more than enough to hold up your end of the bargain. Now it's time to honor mine. After adding the value of the labor to the price of the hatchet, I am prepared to offer you a full sack of our highest grade mate leaves. Premium mate. Bought at the shop, 1 sack of those leaves would cost no less than 5 pel in the thousands column. Then we can bid farewell to this hatchet. I'll give it a good hung. Talk of the contest aside, I'm glad we could come to a agreeable trade. As am I. All the best with the rest of your harvest. Why do I feel like they're going to teleport us right back to the... moment of crisis? Yep. Mobley, what's wrong? It's as I was saying before, even after everything Tobley's done for me, I'm planning to abandon it all and become a merchant. But then I needed your help after forgetting the basic rule of trade. How can I expect Tobley to accept my decision then? Not exactly. I wanted to prove I could succeed as a peddler before I declared my intentions. I seek to follow my father's footsteps, but not because he expects it of me. I want to preserve Tulal's peace and becoming Dawn's servant happens to be the best way to do it. If you should live a life of your own choosing, and I wouldn't be surprised if Tobley held the same opinion, so talk to him. You're right. It's better to find out for sure than worry over what he might say. Thank you in advance. Or thank you for the advice. I'm not sure, I glossed over it. But first, we have a saddle to buy. I want that success under my belt so I can be sure of my decision. Don't leave us there right away. What's next then? We trade our tea leaves for something halfway to 10,000 pel? No, I think we're close enough now. I would say we go straight to the premium mezcal. Bargain our way into double the value, eh? Think you can do it? Trust me, I will make this trade work. I admire you, Third Promise. That you're holding your own against such strong competition for the throne is inspiring. Am I really holding my own against Kona and Zaraja? I mean, of course I am. I'm Wuklamont of the Dawn's Promise, after all. Yeah. The look my character has is dead on how I'm feeling. I'm just like, I think you're trying too hard. Are we still... Okay, we are. Let me go get that wind. It's almost as if I landed on the horse, but I know I didn't. Before we go, let me give you the mate leaves. I don't want to risk proving you're in Ville's Point. It's becoming a running theme. Ready then, our next stop is the Mezcal Distillery. Which is... Aha! I'll just teleport there, it'll be easier. want to speak to the man by the name of Gobley. Even among his fellow distillers, he's regarded as a master of the craft. He knows the value of his product, so if we convince him to trade for twice what the leaves are worth, we're going to need targeted information. That means asking around and taking in the gossip. If you could talk to the people here in the distillery, Sapphire, perhaps Winklemont could do the same in the village entrance. Meanwhile, I'll head to the north side and see what I can learn. I'm Chief from Tuliolol. I often come here to buy Gobley's Mezcal, the finest tool, according to my customers. He always brings out a jug during our dealings, but I can't handle the stuff too well myself. I take small sips, not wanting to be impolite, you understand, but I still end up as addled as to agree to whatever price he quotes me. It would be nice to have less potent refreshments during such conversations. Else I might have to seriously reconsider our arrangement. Interesting. He gets you drunk. Got it. Gobley might be a deft hand at distilling, but he's got no sense when it comes to appearances. Rumor has it he's been invited to the palace for business negotiations. If he presents himself to the court wearing his usual rumpled attire, though, he'll be laughed out of Sunperch. Or Sunperch. Balloon. There's not much I can say about Gobley, but I can tell you that what Gobley's been saying. The other day he's been muttering about monsters prowling around agave jaws. That's the field where they gather ingredients from mezcal. The president has made it harder to procure said ingredients and thus driven up the price of his product. A boon, some might argue, but it's hard to celebrate when it affects the work as it does. Can't rightly bring joy to people if you can't keep making the thing they love. Okay. Got another mission to clear out the agave. So what would you find out? We're gonna help him with the agave. Oh, we can make use of all these tidbits. The deal is good as sealed. As for me, I found out where Gobley is working. There's a millstone at the top of the slope behind the distillery. You go on ahead, I'll bring Lamont. Oh, up there. Got it. Business with me, sir. Why don't we talk down below so as to not distract the alpaca from his work? Now, what's this about? Keep it brief if you would. I'm a busy man. We're in the market for a 3-year-old jug of premium mezcal, assuming you have any on hand, that is. Ah, excellent choice, but I must warn you though, it doesn't come cheap. We don't have Pell, but we can offer a sack of mate leaves in exchange. It's top-grade stuff, like the mezcal. No deal. Mate leaves are well and good, but I don't have any use for them. No deal, just like that. I'd hate to send you away empty-handed. Why don't you come sit and chat a while over a cup of mezcal? She's plotting. Now the real bargaining begins. Which of our cards do you want to play first? But that's probably already being taken care of. Let's hold on that one. We need to consider our timing. Okay. I don't know about that one. I'm just going to play it out. Oh, okay. I appreciate your hospitality, but I'm afraid I can't hold my drink. I've heard one of your regular customers was the same. Seeing as not everyone can enjoy mezcal, I wonder if I might benefit from having other refreshments to offer. Something like meat tea, for instance. A brew from the finest leaves, of course. Ah, you're right, absolutely right. I had noticed a growing reluctance on the part of my friend Hobbigo, on my Hobbigo friend, but I didn't realize I myself was to blame. I must endeavor to be a better host. Still, even with the added value in mind, no sack of leaves is worth the mezcal you're asking. Should we offer to call monsters causing the problem? Not yet. Keep that card up our sleeve until we need it. As I expect you're aware, the rite of succession is taking place. That's why the third promise has graced us with her presence. When the contest is decided, the subsequent ascension ceremony and banquet will be held after a prestigious affair. If your mezcal were to be served there, it would bring your distillery immeasurable fame. Wait, could it be that your rumored invitation to the palace is to discuss that very possibility? As a matter of fact, yes, I must admit, I'm still reeling from the abruptness of it all. It would be a great honor and opportunity if I can secure the deal. Well, I should think your exceptional mezcal would speak for itself. That said, there's no such thing as being too prepared. And first impressions last. You'll want to wear your very best when you talk to Volokshunsa. It'd be such a shame to miss the chance of a lifetime simply for want of proper garments. Yeah, his are rather dull and faded. That it would. Are you saying you have garments to offer? Something ideal for court? We have no garments on hand, I'm afraid, but we can provide you with the next best thing, an introduction to a weaver. His name is Balnock, and his works are highly regarded in Tuliolal. As a supporter of Wuklama and keen observer of palace politics, he will doubtless be happy to guide you into the selection of an outfit to fit his golden occasion. That is certainly a tempting proposal, and one of which I should like to take full advantage of, but the scales aren't quite balancing. Say, weren't there monsters running amok in the Agavejas? That's a problem we can easily solve for you. Truly, it would be most grateful for your immediate assistance. I was resigned to hiring cell swords to clear them out. Factoring in that saved expense and introduction to a trusted weaver, this could shape out to a sound bargain. Alright, you have a deal. Yes, I knew you'd come around. Give us a moment. Saffron and I will take care of all these prowling nuisances. Oh, excuse me. In the meantime, I'll use the time to pen an introductory letter to Balnock. The fields you're looking for are just north of Wachunpella. Be safe. Okay, to the north. That should be Agave Jaws, just over there. This will go faster if we split up. Come and find me once you finish clearing up your share of the pass. Alright, let's have at it. That would have been funny if that would have been absolutely hilarious if the alpacas just randomly spit at you if you're like near them too much. Compared to creatures I've hunted with Papa, this was no challenge at all. Come on, let's head back to the distillery. All that's left to get is to give Mablu the sack of leaves so she can seal the deal. Looking down because I'm like, where am I going? But dude, like, look at this. It's like the Andes, which I think that's supposed to be Aconcagua. I think that's the name of the mountain. Aconcagua. I'm gonna have to look it up. I think that's the name of it. Aconcagua. I don't know, it's something like that. Those monsters were no trouble for you, it seems. Now, if I could just have the sack of leaves. I think Thank you for looking after our precious trading goods. Your monster problem has been resolved, Master Gobbly. Here are the mate leaves and a written introduction to Balnock, as agreed. Then the deal is done. Here, your jug of premium mezcal, aged 3 years. Please accept this with my compliments. And now you're gonna hand it to me. Yes, we finally have the mezcal. Great work, especially you, Mablu. You were the one that inspired me to come this far, Third Promise, but let's not celebrate until we have the saddle in hand. Mablu, is it? You drive a hard bargain, young peddler. I look forward to doing business with you in the future. Thank you, but truth be told, I am just a ranchian for now. Should I ever become a proper merchant, though, I'll be back to strike more deals with you. We are purse cracking. I just realized that they only had that one moment. It was like, oh, purse cracking, oh my gosh. In Shadowbringers, and we never did it again. Now we can go get the jug, and then I think I'll probably end this video there. Let's go get the jug. Nice. Raptor. Cactar. Do I have Cactar Green? I have 2. Probably could be a... Okay. Even at my palace, I don't think I've held a 10,000 pelt jug of anything before. My hands won't stop shaking. Here, you better hold on to this till we get to the saddle maker. Yeah, of course. Gimme, gimme. Can you imagine if we dropped and had to start all over again? Oh, please don't you dare jinx it. Luckily, Alvy's place is not far. We just need to head across the plaza. Don't you dare jinx it, child. That'd be the worst. That would be the absolute worst. Alright, now give us the saddle. Ooh, still in one piece. Right, time to make our deal. Get your tools ready, Saddler. We've brought your precious mezcal. Wait, you actually got your hands on a jug? But you had nothing, a few measly lumps of wool. What we had was an inspiring trader with a gift for negotiation. Honor your deal. Although I'd sooner aid no claimant but Zeralja, I cannot go against the guiding principles of the Pelu Pelu. The trade is a fair one. I will craft you your saddle, Third Promise. Great. Stay and wait if you like. I have all the requisite materials, so this won't take long. Mission is ready. Catching a wild alpaca is never a simple affair, but you'll have an easier time with it with one of my saddles. Now, if you don't mind, I have other work that needs finishing. Ah, I can taste that smooth mezcal already. saddle is ours. And to think we started out with only 100 pel basket of alpaca wool. Mablu, you're going to be an incredible merchant. Thank you. It makes me so glad to hear you say that, third promise. We got what we came for, so let us return to the ranch. The others will be waiting. Okay, now I think I'm going to... Because as much as I want to keep this going, this is already getting a little long. I mean, I could edit it down, but I gotta look at how long the first part of the video is. I also feel like there's gonna be a cutscene that plays right after this. I was hoping to do this in just one go, but yeah, I don't know if that's gonna happen. I can probably get it done in one go. I just need to see how long the... Okay, we're already hitting an hour and a half. Okay, yeah. I better cut this one down. You've acquired the saddle then. Yes, and thanks to no small part to Mablu. Before you rush off to catch an alpaca, though, let me teach you how to saddle one. I'll bring out one of our wild-born friends so you can practice. And be spit on. I know, this is something I need to learn. They have the look of run for your life. Lukumon's just like absolutely scared. Great sunken gods, I did it. He hardly seemed bothered, much less inclined to spit, as if he was completely accepting of Wukulman's touch. That's because of a singular sin with which the saddle has been coated. Alpacas find it very soothing. Now she's just gotta go catch one. You know, I've never taken a good long look at one of you before, but you're actually kind of cute. You're only now noticing that? Here comes the other. First promise? Saroja is back. What in the world? Why is it golden? Does having done exactly what he set out to do, alpaca he's brought back, is it just me or is it glowing? I heard tales of such beasts. They say the golden alpaca lives a solitary existence deep in the valley, where it shuns the company of both man and its own kind. How did he manage to snare a prize like that? The beast knows its betters. Faced with overwhelming strength, it will yield rather than risk death, an apt illustration of how greatly the power of the first promise exceeds yours, Wukulmat. Strength alone won't win him our father's throne. I'll be the one to find the Golden City, and then Tural can remain at peace. An everlasting desire for peace can only be forged in the fires of war. To unite as one, people must be taught. So he's very much might makes right, okay? They must suffer the horror and hopelessness firsthand. Exhaustion from prolonged conflict, the wages of war, merciless nature. These are what moved the clans to join in the founding of Tuliolal all those years ago. But you guys are not at war. Consider the younger generation of this village. Since birth, they've basked in unbroken harmony, and behold, they regard war not as tragedy, but opportunity. Thus does the resilient son seek to provide education. He offers much needed lessons in the realities of conquest and a renewed appreciation for peacetime. Okay, I get it. I get it. That's... not a fan of it, but I actually get it. I wholeheartedly get it now. 'Tis true that war's misery breeds a longing for peace, but I have seen with my own eyes what becomes of an empire forged through the violence he proposed, the rebellions it spawns, the ruins it left behind. The Garlean Empire was a congregation of simpletons. The oppressed fought back against their oppressors, as well they should. Men are not beasts. Only a fool would seek to rule over all with the threat of force alone. This is why Gulu Jaja did not elevate the Mamuja. Why he treated all clans with equal respect. However, the first promise has his gaze fixed upon more distant horizons. He would unite not only Tulal, but the entire but the star in its entirety. What? Why? I need not explain myself to you. Oh, well done. Well done, indeed. The first promise has completed the feat of gold with an appropriate golden flourish. May I present to you your much-deserved keystone? And off he goes. He's always been like that, never sharing his innermost thoughts with me or even Kona. It's like we're not even family. I ponder Zaruja and his mysterious later. Right now, I need to think about finishing the golden feat. I have my saddle, I've practiced how to use it, so lead on to where the wild alpacas roam. The valley of Oran Kanka is northwest of here. Come on, everyone. Even if we can't enter ourselves, we can see Bukulan off on our hunt. Sure they would. Where'd everybody go? Wait. doing. I had a feeling it was going to be the other cheer. I was like, yeah, we'll do this way. No, it's the other cheer. Oh, Mike, I think I found it.
Good luck there, Promise!
Thanks. I'll need it. Truth be told, still not sure about alpacas. I'd rather not go near one if I can help it. But if I'm to rule this nation, then I'll need to learn how to live with them. Tural is their home too. Right. I'm off.
So, shall we head back to the ranch, or...?
I'm staying here.
As will I. Wooklamart is alone in this. The least we can do is stand watch and await her return.
It may be a while yet. Help me pitch the tent.
Wow, my...
Trust a gleaner to come prepared for anything.
What's a gleaner?
Someone whose job it is to travel the world and procure uncommon things for their employers. Erenville specializes in finding animals, I believe.
But aren't you a Shitona from Shaktural? Why did you cross the salt?
Do we finally get a story?
When I was much younger, the thought of leaving Tural never even occurred to me. But then, some years ago, my mentor tasked me with a difficult hunt. Something I could never find, she said, so long as I clung to the familiar. She suggested that I leave home, leave Tural, and join the Gleaners of Sharlian. As one of their number, I could experience the world, immerse myself in myriad cultures and customs, see the many faces of nature. And once I had learned what is truly important, I would find that which I seek. My younger self took those words to heart, and off I went to become a gleaner.
Her words alone moved you to leave behind everything you'd ever known? You must have great respect for your mentor.
As it happens, gleaner work was much to my liking. And I all but forgot why I had pursued it in the first place. Yet, events conspired to put me back on the trail I'd abandoned.
Wait, are you saying you were tasked with finding the City of Gold?
I was. And though my hunt is now entangled with the right of succession, I mean to see it through.
Well then, I understand completely. We all have our reasons for seeking the Golden City. Which is all the more reason for us to work together.
Just so.
something's happened to her. We need to tell Tobli and arrange a search party.
Wait. Do you hear that?
I did it.
You're utterly spent. And small wonder.
Well done, Third Promise.
The ranch isn't going anywhere. Take a rest in the tent.
I think I will. Thank you all for believing in me.
I'm so relieved the Third Promise came back to us safely. And the alpaca she tamed is a healthy looking beast, and surely this will be enough to satisfy the gold feet, her feet of gold. Lukuma still feels a bit unsteady on her feet, hardly surprising after she spent a night chasing alpacas. You know what will melt away the fatigue like magic? Make coffee. I'll run to the ranch and get a pot brewing. That way you can take your time and the tea will be ready when you arrive. As Mablu so wisely suggested, shall we set a slow pace for our exhausted Third Promise? Yeah, we could just teleport there, though. We just say. I feel like there was a wind. There is. It's this way. Came back ahead of others, did you? I shall hurry along with the tea then. Mukmat can't be far behind. That tea really is magical. I feel better already. I see you've become more comfortable with your fuzzy friends. Or with our fuzzy friend. Watching this one taught me a lot about alpacas. What grasses and fruits they eat, the sound they react to. They're quite adorable little quirks. I guess I've kind of grown fond of them. Welcome back, Third Promise. Accomplished the feat of gold, have you? Yes, there's no mistaking a valley alpaca. I commend you on your success. Well done. Yes, we did it. Although I couldn't find a shiny one like Zeralja did. I'd be surprised if you had. Golden alpacas are born but once every few decades. There are elusive solitary creatures that are rarely seen, much less captured, thanks to their innate physical and magical gifts. Only a single other person is known to have caught one before, that being Gulu Jaja himself. Papa was chasing alpacas too? So my grandfather's stories say. Oh, history lesson. It was before the founding of Tuliulal, in a time where mountain giants, the Yakyui, held our people in thrall. Compared by their overlords, our forebears would ride their alpaca mounts to the highlands to deliver gifts of food and other tributes. Those were wretched days to hear grandfather tell. Then along came a young Gulu Jaja, yet unburdened by the mantle of Dawn Servant. Our people were amazed by this imposing two-headed figure equal to the Yakyui in stature and puzzled by his entourage of mismatched companions. Some trembled in fear, believing a new conqueror had come. Yet Gulul Jajaf showed no inclinations. He sat and spoke with us, sipped from the cups of mate tea we offered him, and grew somber when he learned of our plight. None could have anticipated what their visitor decided to do next. He ascended the cliffs to face the giants and free the Pelu from the Yakyui subjugation. He then turned an appraising eye upon our riders and proposed that we take to the road to peddle our beverages. The suggestion seemed obvious for one who traveled as he did, intent on fostering amity between the clans. So it is that a few words from Gulu Jaja transformed us into a clan of itinerary merchants. I've never heard the Bon Papa Forge with the Pilu Pilu spoken of in that way before. The saga is not so detailed. Then you may not know that Gulu Jaja sought a sure-footed guide for his trek up into the highlands. Thus did he capture a golden alpaca. So both my brother and my father caught the rarest of creatures. While an ordinary one was the best I could manage. Will you stop comparing yourself? Good lord. The feat required no more than that, Third Promise, and you brought back a perfectly wonderful beast. Mablu's right. You're a perfectly wonderful beast. If anyone's ordinary, it's me. Now spit on her. Not only did you accomplish the feat of gold, you also made many trades and brought joy to many people in true Pele Pele fashion. I sorely doubt your sibling could have achieved the same result. You should be proud of the accomplishments you've earned on you earned your keystone. Five more to go. You're well on your way, Third Promise. We'd have been lost without you, Mablu. Thanks to you, I've learned so much about the Pelu people and your customs. It may not seem obvious, but I've come to realize the importance of properly knowing something. It was because I didn't understand alpacas that I was uncomfortable around them. I'm thankful to you as well, Muklamon. You've given me the courage to say what I wasn't sure I could ever say. Totally, I want to leave the ranch and become a merchant. I appreciate everything you've done for me, and I've loved every moment caring for the alpacas. But this is something I need to do. I need to walk on my own path and make my own trades. As your parent, allow me to say one thing. Get out. I've always tried to give my wards lives filled with as much happiness as I could provide. yet have I wanted that to be the only happiness you knew. Now get out there and start making money. You have my blessing to walk any path you choose, my blue. It gladdens me to hear you found your calling. I found a calling you wish to pursue with such passion. You will make an exceptional peddler, I'm sure of it. Now get out and start making trades. Thank you, Tobly. Make trades. Start making trades. What did I tell you, Ma Blue? Ma Blue? There's one last thing I can help you with, I promise. You need to find the City of Gold, right? That's the end goal. Then I suggest you talk to the Yakuhui. I thought they once ruled over far more than just Ukapacha and the Pelupelu. 1,000 years ago, they were the overlords of Dawntrail and all its peoples. During that era, the Pelupelu were commanded to search for the City of Gold. They scoured every corner of the continent, but never found any trace of that fabled place. But if they didn't find anything, what could the Yakuhui have to tell us? They may not have found it, but the fact that they thought to look for it at all makes me curious. Perhaps there's value in delving into how the legend originated. We lose nothing from asking questions. Besides, if we're determined to follow the path of the saga, we'll be visiting the giants eventually. I mean, he's not wrong. I love the fact that the mountain's not even fully in the shot. Like, if they wanted to, they could have panned and then dropped the camera so you can see the full thing. Oh, Krell, I have a question I had been meaning to ask. And since we finished the feat, where did you acquire that earring? My earring? Do you recognize it? Yes, pieces just like it first became fashionable in Dawntrail around 20 years ago. Since then, it's become common to wear one as a charm for safe travel. 20 years ago, right about the time my grandfather made his journey, yet the Dawn Servant implied the earring was connected to the City of Gold in some way. Surely there's more to its significance than simple fashion. If you want to know how it first came to be crafted, I could try to find out. Seeing as it's a regular seller for many merchants, I'm curious to learn about it myself. I would appreciate that very much, thank you. Jumping feet first into the peddler business, eh, Ma Blue? Right then, that's 2 keystones down, I say we head back to Liolong and plan our next move. Farewell for now, and thanks for all your help. I will become Dawn Servant, so make sure you set aside your best mezcal for the occasion. For once, my character fits in the look. She has a fearsome opponent in that brother of hers. He even brought a golden alpaca to heel. But you've heard Zoraja's supporters talk. They might see opportunity in his expansionist ambitions, but they find the man himself intimidating, terrifying even. Whereas I've grown to love Wuklamot, everyone she meets will come to love her too. That's why she'll win the throne. I think the second son will. You might be right, Ma Blue. You might be right. feels good to have the feet of gold safely under my belt, even if my victory pales besides Zaralja and his shiny golden alpaca. I know I shouldn't let it bother me, and gods knows you've only been so supportive, but I want to be strong or wise like my brothers. To be a promise that people respect, which is not likely if I stand here carrying on and on about things. Let's move on. Back to Balyav Tai with us. The contest has hardly begun. Ah, yes. Yeah, this is gonna be like a 2-hour video. I'm gonna cut some of it down though. I'm gonna have to. Where is... What am I doing? Why am I doing this the hard way? Alright. Look at us. The contest has barely begun and we've already have 2 keystones. Surely even my talented brothers aren't doing this well. Oh yes they are. We can only hope. Alright. Cool. Alright, with that we're going to end this video here. Thanks for coming out and watching. I know this is probably around July when this comes out. Until then, be good to yourself, be good to others, stay tuned, take care of each other. Laters.